Hello world. Once again, it's Jovan88, aka J-Dog, BKA Big Hits, coming at you live with another webisode entitled It's Time, where we discuss issues concerning the black community. This is an interactive program where you, the audience, can leave your comments and subscribe to my channel, and we can talk about whatever you like to talk about concerning the black community. Now, this week's webisode will be concerning the younger generation and what's wrong with the young generation. As you can see, they're running around out of control, experimenting with drugs, having random promiscuous sex, um, not respecting their elders anymore, things of that nature. And we're just going to discuss, what's the problem, who's to blame, and how can we solve the problem, you know. Um, in my opinion, I think the problem is that the young generation don't have any leadership. This is the first generation that doesn't have a leader. Back in our days, we had Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, or whatever. And even before that, we had the Marcus Garveys of the world back in 1920. That's right. Black people have been trying to be liberated for a long time. You need to go do your research. But way before the 50s and 60s and the Civil Rights era, in the 70s, we had the Black Panther Party, which the government gave them a bad rap, called them a gang and a threat to national security, which we all know that was some bullshit made by the CIA. J. Edgar Hoover, to be exact. Um, but nowadays, young generations don't have a leader. Their leaders are Lil Wayne and the rappers. And the rappers only telling them to do drugs and kill everybody. So that's what they running around doing. Um, you know, and speaking of drugs, back in our day, historically, black people really didn't do a lot of experimenting with drugs. Uh, we just pretty much smoke some weed, or you might see some people doing cocaine or whatever. Now, I know up north in Baltimore, New York, some people was dibbing and dabbing with heroin or whatever, and down south in New Orleans, people was doing heroin or whatever. But for the most part, black people just pretty much smoked weed or did cocaine, got drunk, drinking alcohol or whatever. But nowadays, these kids are experimenting with synthetic man-made drugs, such as ecstasy and bath salts, wherever that came from. All the rappers talking about Molly's, popping Molly's. Don't nobody even know what the hell Molly's is. Just got some man-made bullshit, got you running around acting crazy. So that's what the problem is. And like I say, now who's to blame? I blame us. I blame the older generation. People in our 30s and 40s, we dropped the ball because we were supposed to be the fathers, the mothers, the big brothers, the big sisters, the uncles, the aunties that showed them a better way. But most of the men of my age either dead or in jail. So, if you dead or in jail, you're not on the streets to teach the younger generation a better way. So, I think the responsibility falls on us as the older generation to stop the madness. I don't think it's too late. Hopefully, I'm not wrong about that. Uh, we just need to funnel that energy, all this anger and frustration that the young people have, and they lashing out. It's really just a cry for help. You see what I'm saying? Because they feel hopeless that they can't make it out of their community or whatever situation they're in. So we're going to have to show them how to channel that energy in a positive way, like black people did in the 50s and 60s and started marching and boycotting and protesting and stuff like that. Instead of, you know, gang banging and killing each other, black on black crime. The situation that's going on in Chicago right now with the youth is just horrible. You know what I'm saying? I'm not co-signing that. You know what I'm saying? Any real black man shouldn't co-sign that either. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, hit me up. So you see my name on the bottom of the screen, Javon88. Leave your comments. Let me know if you agree or disagree, or if you have any insightful messages or whatever. And I'm going to go on and sign off. Till next time.